Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Thursday the 10th of the 6th 2021. Time is just coming up to 0500 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, Wednesday the 9th, and yesterday we had a negative opposed driver in the pound at minus 91, front and back door flows mainly going into the euro at plus 56, into the dollar at plus 46, and the yen was the negative rock at minus 11, activity plus or minus 102. Intra-week then becoming more relevant. This is from Monday the 7th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a negative unopposed driver in the pound at minus 112. No backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the yen plus 43, into the euro at plus 35, and the dollar is the positive rock at plus 34. Activity plus or minus 112. Intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the yen at plus 42, front and back door flows mainly coming out the euro at minus 39, out the pound at minus 13, and the dollar is the positive rock at plus 10, activity plus or minus 52. What's going to knock it about then? Right, we've got the ECB rates decision around lunchtime, we've got US consumer prices and the ECB policy statement. Friday then, tomorrow, we've got the G7 meeting, GBP GDP, which is tier 2 event, and a Michigan consumer sentiment. What else? GBP, couple of negative noise items really. Lockdown may be extended, and negative noise coming out of the EU moaning about the Brexit agreement. Right, so let's look at the flows. Our trades are fairly static. We're just under 4,000 points profit at the moment from a peak of 6,500. So we're about 2/3, slightly under 2/3 of the way back. Right then, so euro. Bear in mind the euro rate decision is today then. Euro is soft across the board. Yen is strong across the board. The pound is weak, except against the CAD and the New Zealand, which are weaker. The Swiss is weak, except against the euro and the CAD. The CAD is weak, except against the euro. The AUD is strong, except against the yen. The NZD is strong, except against the AUD, the dollar and the yen, and the dollar is strong, except against the yen and the AUD. Right, so what have we got then? We've got euro weakness across the board running into this ECB rates statement, and we've got yen strength across the board. And take your pick in the middle, and the AUD is pretty strong as well. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes. So we'll start off with the dollar index. Right, so US dollar index basically sort of looks like this. It's around 90.18. It's come up a little bit, but it's basically near a double bottom floor. So gold. Gold's been dirging around. It's come off a little bit. It's 0.25 from the high. Gold's never really making it. They're not buying into this gold with the soft dollar yet. Oil broke, remember, and it's come off a little bit. where are we? 0.10 from the high. Iran starting to talk about pumping the juice out rapidly. So assuming they get an agreement, right? So Wall Street basically it broke. It's dirged sideways. It's 0.15 from the high. S&P likewise, it's broken even, and it's dirged sideways just below the peak, 0.05 from the high. And the tech broke, and it's about 0.17 from the high. So they're all pretty similar. They're all just sub highs, some closer than others. US 10-year. Now, remember that had that big whipsaw, and now it's on the tear on the up. So price has really ramped up on the US 10-year. So yields are relatively low. The bund. The bund has got this sort of hockey stick look to it. It's 0.33 from the floor. Right, so basically American US yields are significantly weaker than European yields. So this will have a bearing on the euro dollar. You're likely to see a pump in the euro dollar. As I say, at the moment we've got yen weakness, euro weakness across the board as we run into the ECB rates decision. So right, copper's basically dirged below the peak. It's 0.45. It's soft at the moment, and US steel, on the other hand, is starting to show signs of life. So US steel is looking at about 0.23 from the high. So US steel starting to think about coming back. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with copper. We anticipate copper is going to start screaming up shortly. Anyway, right, so let's just rub this off and make the final analysis. So we still haven't managed to scale up on our AUD long NZD trades. It must be getting near to the time when we can have a go, but not quite. So what have we got? We're short USD dollar against the euro, the pound, and the AUD, and we're short the NZD against the euro, the pound, the CAD, and the AUD. Right, and we still think that the AUD, NZD, and the euro, EUR, NZD, you're likely to see good pumps in both of those. So that's to the long side. So we're already up to our neck in the euro NZD longs, and we need to add to the AUD NZD. So hope that was useful. Interesting to see what's happening. We've got this American US CPI data. The bond market is suggesting it's going to be soft, but we'll see. Right, so there you go. Hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.